Hi guys, so today I am going to be doing an entirely new video. I've never really done anything makeup related. I may have talked about some of my favorite makeup items before, but I've never actually done any sort of like makeup tag video. So I have been tagged by Thrifty P31, Miss Ashley Dawn. If you don't know, her and I are very good friends. She is the kindest person you will ever meet, whether it's on YouTube, probably in real life. She is just so positive. Alright, so here's the deal. She tagged me for two different videos. Ride or Die makeup tag high end, and then a Ride or Die makeup tag low end. I don't actually have high-end makeup whatsoever. I have a couple of like little palettes here and there, like the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette. I have the Lorac Pro palette, which I will show you, but other than that, I don't actually have anything else that is what I would consider to be high-end. All of this stuff is like drugstore, it's very affordable, and that goes hand in hand with Cheap Crafty Girl because everything that I do on this channel is what I feel to be affordable, you know, compared to high-end decor or high-end makeup in this instance. You should just know that one, I am not a makeup professional. I will never be. I'm surprised I can do this, okay? So, and two, I actually do put on my makeup very differently. So there are gonna be a lot of things in my collection that I don't have, that would be in another Ride or Die collection. For example, foundation. I don't actually put on foundation, but we'll get into all that. So I guess I'm gonna start off by telling you about my skincare, I guess, in a way. So I'll just go ahead and share with you my moisturizer. So this is actually the Equate brand, which is the Walmart brand, and it is comparable to the Olay Complete All Day Skin Moisturizer, and the Olay is actually the one I do get, but if you compare the ingredients from this one to that one, it's the same exact ingredients. The only difference is the name. So why pay the extra $2-3 for Olay when I can just get this one for $1 or $2 at Walmart. I have been using this moisturizer in terms of Olay for probably the past 6 years. So for me, sensitive skin, I feel like it doesn't bother me at all. We all have different skin types, but this one is really well for me. Now this is the Olay Oil Minimizing Clean Toner. So this is something that I do at night, not necessarily in the morning before I put on makeup. This is just a nighttime routine. I also get this at Walmart, and I think it's somewhere in the price range of maybe $6 to $7. I'm not entirely sure. All right, the next product that I put on my face when I'm getting ready for my makeup, so I put on my moisturizer, and this is an entirely new step. This was in my vlog, I think, and it is the Pixie Glow Mist. So it's very comparable to the one I believe Kim Kardashian uses. I don't exactly know what that name is. Not really into makeup that much, so I don't know what the name of it is, but it's kind of like a purpley bottle. So I saw this recommendation from Alexandrea Garza, and it has argan oils in it, and you can just all day. And yeah, so I use this before I put on my makeup and then after my makeup, and what it does is it takes away that like powdery finish because it does have that argan oil in here, and it does smell like rose water. It's so nice and cooling. So this you can get at Target for $15. All right, the next thing that I apply to my face is gonna be my concealer. I skipped foundation altogether. I'm still kind of debating back and forth whether I even need to put foundation on my face because I pretty much use concealer as my foundation. And my favorite Ride or Die concealer that I will never probably steer from is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. So this is a dupe to the MAC Pro Concealer, I know that much. And I've never used the MAC Pro Concealer. It's believable because the quality of this concealer is amazing to me, and I have such a dark brown, almost deep black, you know, circles underneath my eyes. My makeup is kind of, I don't know if you can tell, but my makeup's kind of wearing off. Probably because I don't use a primer, but I'll get into that as well. But I absolutely love this concealer, and I don't feel like my face is caked or anything like that. And I am using Creamy Beige, but I also buy other colors as well. I get Natural and Classic Ivory. So LA Girl Pro, look how many I have. And I actually order mine on eBay, and you can order like 6 for 12 bucks, which is a steal because one Maybelline Fit Me Concealer is like 8 bucks, one, whereas you get 6 for 12. So that's where I get my LA Girl Pros from. On that note, I have tried the Maybelline Fit Me. I really did like the coverage. I thought it was very pretty. I could completely see what the rave was all about because if you watch makeup on YouTube, this is highly mentioned in a lot of like makeup tutorials, and I have the color light. It's a little too light for me right now, but there wasn't enough product in here for me. Honestly, for $8, I just felt like they probably pumped this up halfway and made it look like it was a full product. But then again, I use concealer pretty much all over my face. I mean, I don't really get down into here and down into here. It's more like a T-zone under eye, but I was just really disappointed in how much concealer was actually in here. On the primer note, which I know I completely missed that, I did buy the Rimmel Lasting Finish Primer, and I have yet to use this. I have been thinking about adding a primer to my routine just to kind of make my makeup last a little bit longer throughout the day. But I don't know how well primer's gonna work for my skin and my age and things like that, because I think the purpose of a primer is to clog up your pores. So I could be wrong, I don't know. But it's skin perfecting, it increases foundation wear for up to 8 hours. So I should probably try this and just see how it works out, but I did go for Rimmel. I know there's tons of high-end primers, but I'm a drugstore kind of girl. And by the way, on that note, I always like to go to Walmart because my Walgreens and CVS, their prices are like $3 to $4 higher than Walmart. The next item is actually my powder. I use it as my setting like powder underneath my eyes now. I was using the e.l.f. e.l.f. has that like white under eye setting powder. I actually have that as well, but I have fallen in love with this Cody Airspun powder. I just use it to set my concealer underneath my eyes, and then I dab it on all over my face. And once I get a nice layer, then I'll blend it in and make sure everything is nice and blended in. But this is my favorite, and I have the color Naturally Neutral. And they make these in a lot of different color options and a translucent option as well. The next item is very important to me. It's bronzing. Now, I don't actually contour. It may look like there's some contouring going on, but I don't ever contour. I don't ever bake. I don't ever do any of those fancy things, although sometimes I wonder what I would look like if I really went for it. But I just like my face to look like I've been kissed by the sun. And so that's how I try to apply my bronzer, where I would normally get a sunburn almost. And I also have to consider that my face shape is very different, very, very different from most women, and especially from most women that do makeup videos. You can't tell here, but I have a very small face. And it looks like I have big eyes. I think my eyes are normal sized, but set within my small little face, it just makes my eyes look very doll-like, very doughy, and I appreciate that. I'm really happy about that. But I do look like that patient in Beetlejuice, waiting in the waiting room. He's got the shrunken head, the guy's got the little magic, that's me, that's my life. That's kind of why I don't do too much contouring, because I really shouldn't be applying too many shadows to my face. And shadows makes things appear smaller, and any highlighting makes things appear larger. So just letting you know my bronzing history. And my favorite bronzer, although I can't compare it to anything because I don't think I've used anything else, but the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. So I have the color 21 in Sunlight. This is my favorite. I feel like this color looks great on me all year round. It doesn't have a glitter finish to it. It's very matte. Yeah, so I love this stuff. All right, moving on to blushes. Blushes are hard for me because maybe it's again the size of my face, but sometimes I feel like I can look a little silly with blush, and maybe I'm not applying it correctly. I do know that brushes are uber important. I have seen videos where it's like, look what it looks like with this brush, and then look what it looks like with this brush. It's amazing how important brushes are. So I could essentially be just using the wrong brush, but I'll tell you which ones are my favorite. and it's this Milani, that's another favorite, Milani in Tea Rose. So if you have watched videos, then you've probably heard about this. It's a very beautiful matte pink. There it is. And then here is this one in Hard Candy. It's like a baked blush, and it's the color Honeymoon. It's very old. I don't even know if this color is available, but I was applying it as a brush, but lately I apply it as a highlighter. For some reason, it shows up much better as a highlighter. As you can see, like on my skin tone, maybe I'm a little bit too dark for this to be a blush, but like my daughter, she is very pale. She's practically glowing like a ghost. So this would look really beautiful on her as an actual blush. Whereas for me, it's more, see that? It's more like a highlighter. Another favorite blush of mine, you've probably heard of it, Luminoso. It is another Milani, it's a baked blush. It has an orange, and I'm all about peaches and orange. All about that. I absolutely love this blush. It's one of the ones I wear all the time, except when I decide to wear like a pink lip. When I wear any pink lips, I try to match it with a pink blush, but most of the time I wear a peach lip, and then that's when I will wear Luminoso. So this is one of my favorite highlighters. Although I learned something, I was like applying this highlighter and going, I don't see anything. For my skin, I have to apply this a couple of times over and over until I'm like, whoa, there I am. Now I can see me from outer space. All right, so the next product that I use for my face is gonna be for my eyebrows. I have very like minimal eyebrows, so I do have to draw them in, and I've always used my e.l.f. eyebrow kit. I've never steered away from this, not ever. And as you can see, I pretty much just use the gel. This is like a gel, and this is a powder, but the powder comes off very red on me, so I just use the gel. I'm wearing it right now, so I don't know, like it, love it. To set my e.l.f. eyebrow kit, I use the e.l.f. clear eyelash, what's this called? The Clear Brow and Lash Mascara. So one side you could use for your brow, and then the other side it's like a coat for clear mascara. The next two things are my eyeliners. Now these are new, so it's hard for me to say they're my ride or die. Sometimes I'm just kind of the kind of girl where if something comes in contact with me, whether I got it through like a free gift with purchase or my mom gave it to me, those are the things I'll use, you know? There's not something that I'm like, I gotta go get it. It's my main thing. So, you know, I can't really speak too much about these eyeliners because I just got it, but they are CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus, and I have one in black and one in brown. And what I love about brown is a perfect color to use during the day so that you don't look as severe or harsh. So I like to use black during the night and brown during the day, and brown really does soften up your look. So I think that's really cool, and that's a trick that I learned not even too long ago. So far these are pretty great eyeliners. The brown wears off within like 2 or 3 hours, but the black for me stays on for quite some time. All right, and my liquid eyeliner, what I am wearing today, is from the Dollar Tree. Yep. I have hauled it. I've talked about it in my Dollar Tree hauls. I'm still obsessed. I still love it. And it's the LA Colors Liquid Eyeliner. One is a black and one is a dark brown. You guys, obsessed. And it will last all day long. One single dollar from the Dollar Tree. You know what? I love these so much that on my next trip, I need to grab a couple more, stock up just in case. But they are my absolute favorite. And I also use the brush that's included in here. For me, the brush is very easy to use. The next item is just kind of what I use as a lip moisturizer. It's the first thing that I do after I put on my moisturizers. I'm getting ready for my makeup. My lips tend to stay dry a lot, but I basically just use this as a moisturizer. I really, really want Nicole Guerriero's lip mask. She calls it the best damn lip mask. I think that's what it's actually called. And I really want that. So one day I'll probably replace this with Nicole Guerriero's product. All right, so now let's get into lipsticks. I'm a lipstick kind of girl, and I'll talk about my real true ride or die in a minute. These are brand new, and I am so obsessed with these. It's just, these are essentially my ride or dies right now. I'm actually wearing one of them, which is this color, which is called Devotion. and they apply very creamy, but they do finish matte. And you guys, I can eat, and it doesn't ever lose its color or anything. So I've had to reapply maybe once throughout the day. I also have this color, it's a nice nude, it's called Embrace. And then I have this one, which is called Seduction, has more of a nudie brown, whereas this one has more of a nudie pink. And then I had to go for a red, which is called Love, and this is the most beautiful red. If I could compare it to anything, I would probably say that this looks very similar to Mary Jo K by Kylie Cosmetics. I've never seen Mary Jo K in my own hands. I've never swatched these two, but compared to my lips, to what I've seen on YouTube, this is a very vibrant red and looks so much like Mary Jo K. All right, a new one that I have is a Kylie. So this is high-end, but my mom actually got this one for me, so I didn't get this one for myself. And what color is this? Cocoa K in the lip gloss. So it is Cocoa K, and Cocoa K is my favorite color that Kylie offers today. Let's see if I can swatch that for you. It's just so beautiful, and it smells so good. Isn't that beautiful? I just love that. All right, my ride or die. Of everything that I own, this little lipstick right here is my ride or die. I lost it once, never found it, and I actually cried. And I don't do that. I'm not like this huge makeup person. It's just this lip gloss that for some reason has literally felt like it's a part of my soul. And the very first time I saw this color was actually on Pinterest. And I was like, I need that color in my life. So about 4 years ago, I bought it at the MAC counters, and it is MAC Coral Bliss. I don't think you can see the name, it's not gonna focus, but it's MAC Coral Bliss. MAC doesn't sell it anymore at the counter. They probably have a color very similar to it. And it looks like it would apply like a neon coral, but it doesn't at all. Do you see it right here? Oh my God. I love this color so much. So you're probably wondering, well, if you lost it and if MAC doesn't sell it, how do you have this one? Oh, I'll tell you. When I lost it and I was crying, I was having a fit, I was texting my mom and I was like, my life is over. Coral Bliss is gone. I don't know where it went. She was like, go to eBay. And I went to eBay and I had to find a seller that sold MAC Coral Bliss. And sure enough, there was one. But honestly, what I want to do is just lock this up in a vault. That's all I want to do. So now into eyeshadows, my very next product that is a true ride or die for me, because this is something I use every single day, which is this Maybelline Quad, and it's called Chai Latte. I use this all the time. I don't feel like there's anything ultra special about it. As you can see, it's just a bunch of nudes and browns, but I absolutely adore it. And I saw this palette again with Jaclyn Hill. She was doing a affordable drugstore, and that's how Chai Latte came into play and how Tiki came into play into my life. And this is just what I use every single day. I use this one all over my lid. I use this brown right here in the crease, and then I use this dark brown right here underneath my eyes, and then I smoke it out. And I don't actually use this golden color right here. It just doesn't look very good on me. But yeah, it's an everyday palette for me, you know? It's just very wearable, and I don't do anything fancy. I don't really go out, and I don't know. So it's just a very beautiful palette that I feel like you can wear to work, around the house, on the weekend. Okay, so that is it. Those are the products that I use. Again, when I'm finishing up my face, I will reapply this Pixie Mist Glow just to take away anything that looks too powdery. But overall, those are my products: my Chai Latte, my Dollar Tree eyeliner, my Airspun Cody, my LA GoPro, my LA Girl Pro concealer. Those are my favorites. That's what I use every single day. So my favorite makeup YouTubers are Jaclyn Hill, Nicole Guerriero. Nicole Guerriero is my favorite. She's my YouTuber where I'm like, did you post yet? Did you post yet? Did you post yet? Did you post yet? She's my favorite of all time. And not only is she amazing at putting on makeup, but she's so creative. She does all of these other tutorials too. Like, she's done one to like mimic a Snapchat filter. Do you remember the Snapchat filter with like the glittery, bejeweled little eyes? She did a look to create that and it was perfection. And her Halloween makeup tutorials, I'm just chomping at the bits waiting for her to do this year's looks. Last year she did the Beetlejuice, the Argentina lady who like had the slit wrist. She did that one. She's my favorite. Can you tell? I could talk about her all day long, my favorite. And then I have Shaaanxo. I really love her. I think she's super talented. I love Alexandrea Garza. She doesn't do too many makeup tutorials. She does like a combination of like styles and lookbooks and things like that, but she's great as well. And Makeup by Analee, love her. She cusses in her videos, so I'm gonna just give you a warning. She's from New Zealand, but she's beautiful. I love her tutorials, and yeah, she's another favorite. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this makeup tag, and if you want to be tagged, then you're it. Tag yourself. Otherwise, I really don't know anyone like makeup related, so that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.